you?
Good, how are you?
My name's Kayla Boring. Nice to meet you.
Shanicia Hansen.
Okay, just so you know, this is a safe space, so we can talk about whatever you want and no pressure. You don't have to talk about anything you don't want to talk about.
Okay.
So what brings you in today?
Well, I'm having an issue with, I just started the 10th grade, and I'm now failing classes because I have a change of friends, and it's just I'm not the same that I used to be a while ago. And I know I am in charge of my own problems, and I can be the change, but I feel like I need some kind of, not more so assistance, but help or guidance from someone.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you feel like a different person than you felt like before. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
Okay, and you feel like you can make decisions, but you want a little guidance as to what decisions to make?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of differences do you see in yourself?
Well, I know back in middle school, I was passing all my classes, all A's and B's. And I'm guessing it's the transition through high school now. I got here, it's bigger school, new people, new friends. And I'm making mediocre grades,
Okay.
B's and C's.
How do you feel your teachers and your classes are this year that's different than they were in middle school?
I'm not getting a lot of attention in my classes anymore. It's very big classes. If I try to ask a question, she tells me I need to pay attention. I'm like, oh man, I don't really like this.
So you feel like you're not getting that one-on-one attention as much as you were in the middle school?
Yes.
And do you feel like that might be affecting your grades?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you asked your teacher for extra help, or have you explored other options as far as getting extra help?
No.
What kind of things do you think you could do to try to get more help from your teacher?
Possibly not interrupt the class, because I always be like, oh, I need help.
Okay. How do you think your classmates and your teacher react, or how do you think they feel when you do raise your hand?
Some of my classmates think it's funny, so they laugh. And I'm just like, And my teacher gets really annoyed. So, yeah.
How do you know she gets annoyed?
Just by the way she looks at me. She looks agitated.
Mm-hmm. Have you expressed your concern about your schoolwork to her?
No.
Would you be comfortable doing that?
No.
Okay.
I don't trust her.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. I feel like she'll tell all the other teachers.
Okay.
And then they're just going to think it's just I don't know the word I'm looking for. Just I don't know. I'm failing most of my classes, so I don't want them to talk about me and think that it's the pattern. That's the word. In all classes, so they're just getting up and talk about it.
It seems like you don't want to feel judged.
Yes.
Okay. So are the problems in all the classes, or is it just this one that you're referring to with the specific teacher?
No, they're in math, English, biology. And that's it. 3 classes, and I'm taking 7 classes.
Okay.
So I'm doing fairly well in PE, cooking. Take a cooking class.
Cool.
And music.
Okay. What kind of differences are there in the cooking and the gym that there is in the academics that makes you kind of like it more or feel more comfortable?
Yeah, it's not a lot of work. In PE class, you get to exercise. In cooking class, you get to eat.
Right.
In music class, you get to sing, play the piano. I don't know. In her class, it's like real work. Just sit there, and she doesn't give me attention, and I'm just like, this is awful.
Have you talked to your parents or any siblings or anybody else about your concerns?
Oh, they're pressuring me. My parents are really upset with me because I'm failing classes, and they're they don't understand why. They're like, we understand it's a new school, but still saying no reason to be failing. And I'm just like, well, you all are not the one in school, so it's me.
Okay. So you feel like your parents aren't really understanding where you're coming from?
Yes.
Okay. And how has that been making you feel?
sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to, so I'm here today. I need you to, like, please help me.
Okay. Have your parents been more upset with the actual grades or I guess, the calling out in class?
The grades and the calling out, because my mom said it's not okay to be disruptive while an adult or anyone in general doing something. It's not okay.
Do you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
You just feel like you're not getting the help that you need for the assignments. Okay. Does it seem like your other classmates are having trouble with the work as well?
Just a few.
Mm-hmm.
Not all.
And what kind of things do they do when they are struggling with the work?
They don't care. They just sit there.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that I don't want to fail, so I'm going to go out and get some help.
Right. I think that's a really good decision. When you're at home, do you do the schoolwork as best you can?
No one helps me at home.
Mm-hmm. Have you asked for help at home on the schoolwork?
No.
Would you feel comfortable asking your parents?
No, everyone's always working or just out.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my siblings or just me.
Okay. What would make you feel more comfortable to talk to your teacher about, that one specific teacher, about the
Well, I know she
difficulties?
offers tutoring, so I do plan on going to her tutoring. Maybe it could be a one-on-one,
Mm-hmm.
and I can express to her how I'm not doing so well in her class and what is the reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think I want to get involved in, like, after-school activities. So it can give me more time to tutor, be more involved, and, like, probably build that teacher-student relationship.
How do you think your teacher would react if you went up to her and you said, look, I'm really struggling with the schoolwork and I don't want to be disrespectful. The only reason I'm raising my hand is because I really just need some extra help back here at my desk. How do you think she would react?
I think she will react well by, like, helping me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she'll turn me down because she is not in class. She hasn't expressed that I am here to help you. She has expressed that she is there to help, but she just does not want me to disrupt her class.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to pay attention, close attention, and not probably be doing other stuff, which sometimes I do find myself, like, in La La Land or texting, looking out the window, talking. So I am kind of somewhat in charge of my problems, and I do want to change them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are there ways that you can try to keep yourself from being distracted? Maybe that would help with understanding the work a little bit more.
Yeah, there are ways. Just need not to talk in class and know that I'm in school for school and not to be doing stuff that's not considered classwork or anything of that nature.
Well, it seems like you like your other classes, so it's kind of like a balance. There's the more fun classes that you enjoy, and then there's the harder classes. And maybe you could try to find ways to just buckle down for those hard classes and really try to just pay as much attention as you can. I think it would be a good idea to talk with your teacher. I feel like things would go well if you just waited and didn't raise your hand and maybe just waited till the very end and expressed your concerns, and then maybe she could work with you. Tell me about your other classes.
Well, my PE classes are really fun. Gym class, I used to run track. I was on a cheerleading team. So I'm always the first one when we had to do our 1 mile, 2 mile. I like to work out so I could stay in shape and look really pretty for the summertime. And I love to eat, so my cooking class is just awesome. Like, we're always cooking all kinds of food. And we get to take food home, which is really nice. And then, I forgot what my other class was.
So you feel more comfortable in the classes that you feel like you're succeeding in?
Yes.
Okay. maybe we can find a way for you to feel that comfort in your harder classes as well.
Yeah. Do you think me joining like after school activities and going to tutoring may help?
Yeah. What kind of activities would you be interested in?
Like the book club, reading, anything to help me like pass my class that I'm in.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Um, do your after school activities have any kind of like homework help? I know
Yeah, they do. They
Okay.
do.
Would you be interested in maybe doing like 1 hour, one session of the homework help and then doing one of the fun
Yeah, so I can get all
activities?
A's and B's again.
It might help you get your homework done earlier, and then there's adults there to help.
Yes, and I can be on the honor roll. When you get the honor roll, you get to go to Chick-fil-A. And I can
That's
go to
fun.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Free ice cream.
How do you think your parents would feel about joining these after-school activities?
Good, and they won't stress me out anymore and like being upset. You know, I'm failing my classes, even though they never help because they're never home.
Yeah. Well, have you thought about talking to your parents
Nope,
about?
they're never home. Never gonna talk.
Okay. And how does that make you feel when they're not there?
Mad.
Is it just anger that you feel?
Yeah, and lonely.
Lonely,
Sad.
sad.
Because all my friends come to school and they talk about their parents helping them with their homework. It makes me really sad just thinking like my parents aren't there to help me with homework. But that's because they have to work so they can pay the bills so we can still have a house and food on the table. Yeah.
So you feel like you wish that they were there more, but you kind of understand why.
Yeah. And that's why I want to get good grades so I can make them proud because I know they're working really hard. So like I want to do the right thing by going to school and getting good grades.
What do you think would make them the most proud?
Me getting all A's and B's and graduating and going to college and following my dreams and getting a bachelor's degrees and a master's and maybe eventually become a counselor like you. Because you're awesome.
Do you think that they want you to be happy?
Yes. They tell me that they want me to be happy. The very few times when we talk, they tell me they want me to be happy.
And what would make you happier than you are?
Seeing them happy and passing my classes because that's more important.
Okay. Is it more important to you to get the A in the classes or more important for you to feel like you really understood?
More important for me to feel like I really understand what's going on. Like, because an A is an A, but anybody can get an A. I can cheat off my friend's paper and be like, hey, I got an A, but maybe not understand what's going on.
And if you really understood the work, you would feel
much better because when I understand, I'll pass.
Right. And you'd probably be happier like in your other classes.
Yeah, like in my cooking class, my gym class.
So, what kind of steps do you think you could take from here on out to try to?
I'm going to sign up for the after school 1 hour tutoring and make sure I get my homework done. I'm also going to reach out to my teacher and ask her, can we do like one-on-one? I want to have this student-teacher relationship where she understands that. And I want to apologize for disrupting her class because I don't want her to think I'm not trying to be rude. I just needed some kind of attention. And I'm also going to just pay full attention to class. No texting, no daydreaming, no talking. I'm going to also ask her, can I move to the front of the class? Could I sit in like the back and I talk? Yeah.
And what kind of things can you tell yourself if you feel yourself starting to drift and not pay attention?
Drifting away in class.
Yeah, like if you start to feel like you're not paying attention,
pay attention. You gotta understand this. You need to get this A. You need to make your parents proud. You need to get ice cream. You need to get on the honor roll.
And if you feel the sudden urge to raise your hand.
No, because if I'm sitting in the front, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna pay full attention. So I don't think, and I don't want to. Maybe at the beginning of the class, she'll give us any instruction, like if we need help, what we need to do, or something. So I would never do me, I need this. I don't get it. I'm gonna stop doing that after today.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's 14 seconds.
Well, do you have any other questions for me?
No, thank you so much for all your help. You've been wonderful today.
All right, thank you, Shanicia.
Thank you.